Here's an intro in Simon Sinek style. And so good. Number one, let me ask you a question. When was the last time you truly focused on yourself? Not in a selfish way, but in a way that allowed you to grow, to align with your purpose, to get closer to the person you know you're capable of becoming. Too often, we spend our energy chasing comparisons. We measure ourselves against others, what they're doing, how far they've come, or how much they've achieved. But here's the thing. Comparison is like running someone else's race with someone else's map. It's exhausting, and it gets us nowhere. In 2025, with distractions at an all-time high and social media amplifying everything but our own voices, the ability to focus on you has never been more essential. Because if we can get clarity on our own why, our own purpose, we can achieve something extraordinary. So today I want to challenge you to shift your mindset. Let's stop looking outward for validation and start looking inward for direction. Because success isn't about being better than the person next to you. It's about being better than the person you were yesterday. Let's explore what happens when we focus on the most important project of our lives, ourselves. Good. Would you like me to refine this further or add a specific story to anchor the introduction? Comparison is one of the most significant obstacles to personal progress. It's a habit we fall into almost unconsciously, especially in today's world, where the lives of others are constantly on display. Social media amplifies this tendency, showcasing highlight reels that make us question our own progress and worth. But the truth is, comparison diverts our energy from where it truly matters, our own growth. When you compare yourself to others, you aren't seeing the full picture. You're comparing your behind-the-scenes struggles to someone else's polished success story. This creates a distorted perception of what progress looks like and can leave you feeling inadequate, even if you're making significant strides in your own journey. It breeds self-doubt and distracts you from the goals that are uniquely yours. On the other hand, focus acts as a powerful catalyst for growth. When you concentrate on your own path, you reclaim the energy wasted on comparison and redirect it toward meaningful action. Focus allows you to set clear intentions, build better habits, and measure your progress against your own standards, not someone else's. It enables you to identify areas for improvement without the noise of external validation or judgment clouding your perspective. By channeling your attention inward, you start to notice the incremental progress that often goes unnoticed in the shadow of comparison. Small victories become the building blocks of larger achievements. You gain clarity about your goals, confidence in your ability to achieve them, and a deeper sense of fulfillment in the process. When your focus remains on your own growth, you unlock a level of self-awareness and resilience that comparison can never offer. The only competition that matters is with your yesterday. In a world that constantly measures success by external standards, it's easy to lose sight of the most important competitor in your life, yourself. We often fall into the trap of comparing our journey to others, believing that their milestones, achievements, or speed somehow define our own worth. But the truth is, the only person you need to outdo is who you were yesterday. When you compete with others, you're playing a game that has no clear rules or boundaries. Everyone's path is different, shaped by unique circumstances, opportunities, and challenges. Comparing yourself to someone else is like comparing apples to oranges. It's pointless. What truly matters is how far you've come, what lessons you've learned, and how much effort you're putting into being better today than you were the day before. Measuring progress against your past self creates a healthier mindset. It allows you to focus on incremental improvements rather than chasing unattainable perfection. Small steps forward, when taken consistently, compound over time into remarkable growth. This approach not only builds confidence, but also fosters a deep sense of personal accountability. You become your own benchmark, and every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. When you shift your mindset to competing with your past self, you embrace the idea that progress is personal. It's about honing your skills, expanding your knowledge, and growing in ways that align with your goals and values. By focusing on this internal competition, you free yourself from the distractions of external comparisons and cultivate a sense of fulfillment that comes from knowing you're moving in the right direction. Clarity begins when distractions end. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. Notifications, endless scrolling, and constant demands for our attention pull us in every direction, leaving us overwhelmed and unfocused. These distractions don't just take up our time, they scatter our energy and cloud our sense of purpose. When we're constantly reacting to external noise, we lose sight of what truly matters. Clarity can only emerge when we intentionally cut through this noise. Distractions often disguise themselves as productivity. We keep busy, thinking we're making progress, but in reality, we're just treading water. Without focus, our efforts become fragmented, and we dilute the impact of what we're capable of achieving. Clarity, on the other hand, requires us to eliminate the non-essential. It demands we prioritize what aligns with our goals and values while letting go of the things that don't serve us. Creating space for clarity starts with an honest evaluation of where your attention is going. Are you spending your time on things that bring you closer to your goals, or are you allowing distractions to dictate your direction? By removing what doesn't matter, you make room for what does. You begin to notice the opportunities, ideas, and actions that align with your purpose. When distractions are minimized, clarity becomes a natural byproduct. You gain a sharper understanding of your goals, a deeper connection to your intentions, and a renewed sense of focus. This clarity empowers you to make better decisions and channel your energy where it will have the most significant impact. It's not about doing more. It's about doing what matters most. And in a world full of distractions, this kind of focus becomes a superpower. Align your actions with your purpose, not others' expectations. We live in a world where it's easy to feel pulled in countless directions, from family to friends, colleagues to society. There's no shortage of opinions about who you should be and what you should do. These expectations, while often well-meaning, can become a heavy burden. They create pressure to conform, leaving little room for your own aspirations and values. The result, you end up chasing goals that aren't truly yours, feeling unfulfilled despite your achievements. Purpose is deeply personal. It's the compass that guides your decisions, defines your priorities, and gives meaning to your efforts. When your actions are aligned with your purpose, there's a sense of flow and clarity. You're no longer driven by the need to impress others or meet their standards. Instead, you're motivated by a desire to grow into the person you're meant to be. The challenge is that aligning your actions with your purpose requires introspection and courage. It means taking a step back to evaluate what truly matters to you and having the strength to say no to paths that don't align with your values. It's about making choices that feel authentic, even if they go against the grain or disappoint others. When you prioritize purpose over expectations, you reclaim control over your life. Your energy is no longer diluted by trying to please everyone, and your efforts become more intentional and impactful. This alignment doesn't just lead to external success, it fosters internal fulfillment. You begin to feel a deeper sense of satisfaction because you know that the steps you're taking are bringing you closer to the life you are meant to live, not the life others expect you to have. Growth is personal, success is relative. We often view success through a universal lens, defined by societal benchmarks like wealth, status, or accolades. But the reality is, success doesn't look the same for everyone. What fulfills one person might leave another feeling empty. That's because growth and success are deeply personal. They're tied to your unique journey, values. True growth isn't about meeting external standards, it's about becoming the best version of yourself. It's about learning, evolving, and pushing past your own limitations. When you measure growth by someone else's definition of success, you lose sight of your progress. You risk undervaluing the small wins that matter to you simply because they don't match what society labels as achievement. Success, when viewed as relative, takes the pressure off comparison. It allows you to define it in your own terms. For some, success might mean building a thriving career. For others, it might be about creating meaningful relationships, maintaining balance, or overcoming personal challenges. None of these paths are better or worse. They're simply different. And that's what makes success so personal. When you stop chasing a one-size-fits-all version of success, you give yourself the freedom to grow in ways that truly resonate with you. You start setting goals that align with your values and make decisions that feel right for your path. This mindset doesn't just reduce the stress of trying to keep up with others. It also fosters a sense of purpose and fulfillment. You begin to see that growth is about progress, not perfection, and that success isn't about what others see, it's about what feels right to you. Focus isn't selfish. It's essential for impact. In a world that often glorifies multitasking and constant availability, focusing on yourself can sometimes feel selfish. But in reality, focus is the foundation for making a meaningful impact, not just in your own life, but in the lives of those around you. Without focus, your energy is spread too thin and your efforts lose direction. True growth and contribution require the discipline to prioritize what truly matters. When you focus on yourself, you're not neglecting others. You're ensuring that you have the clarity, energy, and resources to show up fully in the areas that count. It's like the principle of putting on your oxygen mask first. You can't help others effectively if you're running on empty. By centering your energy on your goals, values, and well-being, you build a stronger foundation to support others and contribute meaningfully to the world. Focus also means learning to say no to distractions, whether they come in the form of external pressures or internal doubts. It's about identifying what aligns with your purpose and being intentional with your time and energy. This isn't an act of selfishness, it's an act of self-respect. It allows you to channel your efforts into the things that truly matter rather than scattering them across obligations or expectations that don't serve you. When you prioritize focus, you create a ripple effect. Your clarity inspires others, your discipline sets an example, and your growth becomes a catalyst for change. By taking the time to center yourself, you become more effective, more resilient, and more capable of creating a positive impact in your life and in the lives of those who matter to you. You can't pour from an empty cup. Prioritize yourself first. We've all heard the advice to put others first, to be selfless, and to always give more than we take. While this mindset, think of yourself as a cup. When the cup is full, it overflows, allowing you to give freely to others without depleting yourself. But when the cup is empty, giving more only drains you further, leading to burnout, frustration, and even resentment. It's not sustainable, and it's not fair to yourself or the people who depend on you. Prioritizing yourself means intentionally making space for your own needs, goals, and well-being. It's about recognizing that rest, self-reflection, and personal growth are not luxuries, they're necessities. This doesn't mean neglecting your responsibilities or ignoring the needs of others. It means creating balance. When you take time to recharge, refocus, and realign with your values, you show up stronger, more present, and more effective in every area of your life. It's important to remember that self-care and self-prioritization look different for everyone. For some, it might mean setting boundaries to protect their time and energy. For others, it might involve dedicating time to a passion, seeking personal growth, or simply allowing themselves to rest without guilt. Whatever it looks like for you, making yourself a priority is not just an act of self-love. It's the foundation for everything you hope to give and achieve. Your path is unique. Stay in your lane. It's tempting to look at what others are doing and feel the urge to match their pace, follow their choices, or mimic their success. But the truth is, no two journeys are the same. What works for someone else might not work for you, and what fulfills them might not align with your values or goals. Your path is uniquely yours, shaped by your experiences, abilities, and purpose. The moment you step out of your lane to follow someone else's, you lose sight of your own direction. When you constantly compare your progress to others, you start measuring yourself against a standard that wasn't designed for you. This not only creates unnecessary pressure, but also distracts you from focusing on your own growth. Staying in your lane means resisting the urge to chase someone else's dreams, and instead focusing on building the life that's right for you. Staying in your lane doesn't mean you ignore inspiration or advice from others. It means filtering what you take in through the lens of your own goals. It's about recognizing that your journey has its own timeline, its own pace, and its own rewards. Success isn't a race or a competition, it's a deeply personal experience of growth and achievement. By focusing on your path, you give yourself the freedom to explore, fail, and succeed in ways that are authentic to you. You gain clarity about what matters most and build confidence in your ability to navigate your journey. And in the process, you create a life that is not only meaningful, but also uniquely your own. Distractions are loud, but your purpose speaks quietly. Listen. In the chaos of daily life, distractions come at us from every direction. Notifications buzz, demands pile up, and the world constantly pulls our attention outward. These distractions are loud and persistent, demanding immediate action and robbing us of the mental space needed to focus. Amid all this noise, it's easy to lose sight of something far more important: your purpose. Your purpose doesn't shout to get your attention. It doesn't compete with the endless stream of interruptions or fight to be noticed. Instead, it whispers softly and steadily. It's that quiet voice inside that nudges you toward what feels meaningful, what feels right. But to hear it, you have to be willing to tune out the noise and create moments of stillness. Listening to your purpose requires intention. It means stepping away from the constant distractions and reconnecting with what truly matters to you. This could be through reflection, journaling, or simply taking time to be present with yourself. It's in these moments of quiet that clarity emerges, and you're reminded of why you started, what you're working toward, and who you're becoming. The challenge is that the world rewards busyness. We're praised for juggling multiple tasks and constantly being on. But purpose isn't about doing more. It's about doing what aligns with your values and vision. It's about choosing depth over breadth and focusing your energy where it will have the most impact. When you learn to listen to your purpose, it becomes a guiding force. It helps you prioritize, make decisions, and stay committed even when distractions try to pull you off course. The world may be noisy, but your purpose has the power to anchor you if you're willing to pause and listen. Progress happens when you choose discipline over comparison. It's easy to fall into the trap measuring yourself up against others, constantly comparing where you are to where someone else seems to be. But comparison is a distraction. It shifts your focus. You can control, can't. True progress is outpacing someone else. It's about staying consistent and committed to your own growth. And that requires discipline. Discipline is the quiet, unglamorous force behind every meaningful achievement. It's the decision to keep going when the initial excitement fades. It's waking up early to work on your goals, even when no one is watching. It's resisting the urge to seek shortcuts and instead choosing the harder, more rewarding path. While comparison drains your energy and confidence, discipline builds momentum and strength. Section: Building performance markers into your day. When you focus on discipline, you shift your mindset from external validation to internal accountability. You're no longer worried about what others are doing or how far ahead they might seem. Instead, you're grounded in your own process, measuring success by the effort you put in and the progress you make over time. This mindset not only keeps you focused, but also fosters resilience as you learn to trust the value of consistent effort. Progress through discipline may not always feel fast or exciting, but it's sustainable. Every small, disciplined action compounds, creating lasting change and bringing you closer to your goals. When you let go of comparison and commit to your own path, you begin to realize that the only competition that truly matters is between you and who you were yesterday. Discipline gives you the tools to win that competition every single day. Here's a conclusion for your speech. As we move forward in 2025, let's remember that the greatest journey we'll ever take is the one within ourselves. True growth doesn't come from chasing others' paths or measuring ourselves against external benchmarks. It comes from staying true to who we are, focusing on our own progress and aligning our actions with our purpose. When we shift our attention inward and embrace discipline, clarity, and self-prioritization, we unlock the potential to create a life that feels authentic and meaningful. This isn't just about achieving success. It's about finding fulfillment in the process of becoming the best version of ourselves. So, as you leave here today, I challenge you to focus only on yourself, not out of selfishness, but out of a commitment to your growth and your purpose. Quiet the distractions, tune out the comparisons, and listen to that voice within that knows your potential. Because when you invest in yourself, you don't just transform your own life, you inspire others to do the same. Focus on your path, stay disciplined, and let every step you take be a step toward the person you're meant to become. This is your year. Make it count.